Hey, it's Shan for Different Skill, bringing you a deck profile on Kagero. Now, of course, everyone's like, "Oh my God, Chan, how are you doing without the ends? Oh, Chan, is this the end build? Chan, why are you playing Lawkeeper now?" And I'll be like, "Guys, chill out and watch the video." All right. So first of all, this is after the little restrictions they put onto Kagero. Now, as a the end player, as a firm supporter of Kagero, yeah, go Flame Dragons. I think this ban is necessary. I mean, this the end was just dominating, and there was really nothing you could do about it. I mean, a lot of clans were basically obsolete because the end existed. Now, why is this? Well, first of all, let's look at a clan like Aqua Force. Now, Aqua Force is amazing. The deck is really good, but it auto loses to Kagero. Well, if everyone's playing the end, no one's going to play Aqua Force. Simple as that. And another thing is, a lot of decks that require setup also lose to the end, because Kagero is really good at controlling fields and whatnot. Now, on top of that, you put on the end's effect of I kill you if I hit you, basically. If I have a second copy of the end in my hand, most likely you're going to lose if I attack you. Now, give or take, it was, an unfair ability, and originally, I thought that Kagero is now dead. Now, of course it's not, because I was just overreacting and, whatnot. So I'm just going to say it out right here. Kagero is still amazing. Now, why is that? Because Kagero has such a strong base that no matter what you do with the grade 3s, your key cards, it doesn't really matter as long as you follow a solid game plan. So, I'm going to go through my deck. I've been playing this against pre-restriction Tsukiyomi, Shadow Paladin, as in the cross-ride version, it's not the new English stuff. Against other stuff, Aqua Force, and some Gold Paladin, and I do pretty well, just because Kagero is so strong. So, onto the deck profile. I play one Dragonic Lawkeeper. He is your substitute if you don't get the rest of your level 3s. Now, I only play one because if you ride him, at least you have a decent effect, but in exchange you lose a lot of the utility of your other cards, because it doesn't work nearly as well with synergy to him as with Dragonic Overlord and Dragonic Overlord The End. Playing one Dragonic Overlord The End. Since I'm playing with Conroe, I'm only allowed one copy, so play only one. Now, some people might be like, well, since you can't use Persona Blast, what's the point in playing Overlord The End? Well, it's simple, really. If you have a 13k Vanguard, you're still plussing a lot off that. Just because he doesn't have a very strong offensive value now, doesn't mean that he's useless. So I play one of him, and 4 Dragonic Overlord. And that's all my grade 3s. Run 6 grade 3s, and this is all I need. Dragonic Overlord, now that the end is out of the picture, Dragonic Overlord really his effect really is viable now. Now, some people I used to say, yeah, Dragonic Overlord sucks. It kind of does, realistically. His effect isn't that great. There's a lot better choices. Now, what makes his effect a bit better is this card, Crouching Dragon Striken. Now, if you guys don't know what Striken does, his effect is that in the Vanguard zone, he cannot attack. So you're giving up one attack for that turn. He has 2 other abilities. One ability is that in the Vanguard zone, if this card were to be attacked by an opponent's unit that is unboosted, Striken gains plus 5,000. So what does that mean? So say if a Galatine attacks it, Striken will automatically gain 5,000 for that battle. Now, it's pretty neat, right? Well, that's pretty cool. Can't they just play boosters and attack you? Well, of course they can. Of course they can. Now, this gets into your other part of Striken. Striken's secondary ability is that when you ride a grade 3 over him, that grade 3 for that turn gains plus 5,000 and plus 1 critical. Now, let's look at the scenarios. if you ride Striken and they want to attack you, they will play cards and boosters. Now, you'll be like, so what? Well, I'll tell you what. This makes it so that Striken is now doing his job. If they get baited into attacking you, then that's great. Puts you to 3. Ride Dragonic Overlord. Plus 5,001 crit. Activate effect. 21 1 crit. Boosted by anything. Even Conroe, 26 onto your rear guard. And that is a big deal. I mean, if they played a lot of cards to try to attack you, say they play just like a booster behind their Vanguard and a full column, that's already 3 cards. Maybe 4 if they played another card. Who knows? Now, if they play a lot of cards, it means their hand is really limited. They're grade 2. The most they could have had is like a +1, maybe a +2. So they'll end up with like 3-4 cards maybe at most. So how are they going to deal with Dragonic Overlord? Now on the flip side, if you say, I have Striken, are you going to attack me? Are you going to come in and attack me? They say no. I'm just going to attack with my Vanguard, boosted by my generic Pioneer card where it goes back and boost. Great. Sure, I'll take 1. My turn. Okay. Now, what is the difference? Well, this time I don't get to use Dragonic Overlord's effect. However, because Striken basically tanked all the attacks for me, I don't actually need it. I didn't need to block. Pretty good. So, if they don't attack your Striken, it doesn't matter. Well, okay, that's fine. Just don't attack my Vanguard. If they do attack your Striken, you can punish them with with Dragonic Overlord. Now, this I only play 2 because it's risky to play this. If you ride this and you have to ride either The End or Lawkeeper, because it's not great. I mean, sure, 1k, 5k and 1 crit is cool and all, but it really isn't that outstanding by itself. So, I play 2 Striken, play 3 Tejas. I play 3 Tejas because he is very strong against Aquaforce. He's one of the reasons why Aquaforce is auto-lose. Now, Aquaforce's main strength is that they get attack with a Storm Rider and move back. Now, what can attack things in the back row? Well, Tejas can. So I get to attack your rear guard. Oh, that's pretty nice. And, well, if I can't attack it, well, I guess I'll just destroy it with one of my other effects. So, Tejas, in general, is just really good. I mean, it's really, really good. When you think about it, if you have an 11k or 13k, how important is that 8k booster they have? Pretty important, especially if you're 13k. So when you're 13k, say you're cross-ride with these 2 guys, well, attack away at their rear guards, at their back row. So I see you don't have any grade 1s left. Have fun attacking my 11 or 13k Vanguard. Go for it. Most of the games I play against my opponents never have back row, if even a field. So it's important to focus on killing cards on their field rather than something fancy like Dragonic Overlord The End's Persona Blast. Now, I too have considered playing Amber Dragon with 2 The Ends. Now, why would I do that? For the chance of doing 1 Persona Blast, and if I get damage checked, I'm starting with this shitty starter for no good reason. It's not worth it, really. Dragonic Overlord's The End Persona Blast is amazing, yes, we know, but it's not worth it. I play 3 Burning Horn Dragon, your generic 12k attacker when you have a specific Vanguard, in this case an Overlord. So it works with these 5, but it doesn't work with him. The reason I only play 3 is that I need more room for things like Tejas, Striken, and of course Berserk Dragon, which I play 2 of. 2 Berserks. I think this should be right. Yep, 2 Berserk Dragons. I only need to play 2 Berserk because I need space to use Kimnara, and of course you could use the argument that, well, Berserk Dragon is a +1. That is true, but it costs 2 counterblasts. In exchange, you could use Kimnara for 1, break even, but that break even does a lot if you trade it for 8k. Now, why does it matter? Once again, if they can't attack me, I get my pluses there. Simple as that. Play 2 Bellicosity Dragon. Bellicosity Dragon is really good to ride on turn 2. You ride him, use Conroe's effect, search for something like Aremo, which is the thing I search for 90% of the time. And then attack. If they don't block, unflip, Conroe was free. I basically changed Conroe for Aremo for no apparent cost. Very good. Not really good later after turn 2 because generally your opponent won't be taking it unless he has to. So it's not too bad. So let's move on. Put these guys up. Hopefully you guys can still see everything. Alright. Striken, get in the camera, dude. I play 4 Bahr. But of course, who wouldn't play 4 Bahr? You know, 10 Bahr, 11k, 19, pretty good. Bahr, Striken, 18k, good against cross rides. Bahr, Tejas, kills almost any, you know, booster. I mean, you could run 1 Jaron. I don't like it because I don't have I don't feel like there's enough space in grade 1 to run 1 Jaron. Yes, 1 Jaron. But really, if you are afraid of Aqua Force, you should really run 1 Jaron, because if you go Jaron, Tejas, attack Basil for 18, well, Basil's dead. Moving on, I play 4 Kimnara. Now, why do I play 4 Kimnara? Like I said, if my opponent doesn't have boosters, he's going to lose very quickly. Now, you could say, well, you're just trading boosters with him. What makes it so that it's different for you? Well, I can just play a draw trigger in front of, behind my Dragonic Overlord, hitting for 16. I'll hit any 11k, and, you know, it's not bad. And, well, what about it? Like, how come you're just trading your guys? How come you don't just get pluses with Berserk Dragon? It really is trading your not-so-quality card for their very quality card. I mean, a Toy Poogle, a Snowgall, especially a Snowgall, a Bahr, an 8k, maybe a Little Amon, maybe, what's that card called? A Dorothea in Aqua Force. Definitely you want to snipe out as many good ones as you can with them. Don't be reckless with Kimnara and be like, oh, he has a random 6k, soul charge, I'll kill it, because Chan told me to. Don't do that. It's you really want to save Kimnara. Well, his effect, at least you can play him because no other clan except for Kagero can snipe ones. Yeah, so it really, you should really think about what's important. What is their card that's annoying to deal with? Then you should play it and kill it. I play 3 Heat Nail Salamander. Heat Nail Salamander is a good change to Conroe, because it doesn't cost counterblast, but instead it costs himself and you have to hit. Now, if you hit with him, you have to boost and hit with Vanguard. So you go like Bellicoste boosted by this, attacks your Vanguard, hits, shuffle him back. Now, why do I play 3 Heat Nails? Because Heat Nail is really good. It's really, really good. Not only if your opponent, you can tell what your opponent has in their hand just by attacking with a Heat Nail. If they're at 3 damage and they have like 1 booster and then you boost with Heat Nail, if they block it, you know that they don't have many other boosters. Then you can use Kimnara to easily snipe it out, because Kimnara or Berserk Dragon does not have a condition that has to be met like Heat Nail does. So by doing that, you can really test the waters. Oh, if he doesn't care, whatever, I'll let it hit, shuffle back, kill something, whatever, plays more, then, well, that's fine. You traded your not-so-good card for their good booster. And if it was a bad booster, don't do it, right? Say they have, like, what? A Ride Chain card. Well, I mean, it's not amazing, but maybe it's 7k. I guess I could deal with it if I'm cross-rided, and he has to put 11k in front of it. But say he's always has like a 9k in front of it. Well, if that's the case, if you think it's a problem, snipe it out. Maybe he'll have to replace it with a 6k, maybe an 8k. Then you can get it with your Kimnara. So you really got to be patient when playing Kagero. Definitely, if you have Tejas, always attack a rear guard with Tejas. There's no point in attacking the Vanguard with Tejas. Why did you play Tejas then? Why didn't you just play something else? Unless it's going to kill them. Yeah. 1 Flame of Hope Aremo. Now, 1 Flame of Hope, because this card is basically Conroe. You start with him every game. Not much to say. To dig out Overlord, to dig out The End, to dig out Berserks, to dig out Kimnara, and Heat Nails. You need the extra cards, or like the consistency, because of the game plan you want to stay to. 3 Barii, like I always say, I don't play 4 perfect guards unless I have to. for Barii, basically. Conroe, good card. So, I'm not gonna explain what Conroe does. And gonna move on to the triggers. 4 heal, of course. 1 Gatling Claw. I only play 1 because I don't like the 4K, but I like the utility. 2 Monica, and 2 of Ruby. I like the artworks, I like the differences, so I play a bunch. 3 Blu-ray Draco Kid, and 4 Tar. Now, crits and draws, I think you need more draws than normal, so I play 1 extra than what people normally play. Criticals aren't too useful. I mean, they are great, but that's not the game plan we want. We want to drag this out as long as possible. Most of the time, I'm close to decking out when I win. That means the game has gotten long and long and long, and I've been killing and killing and killing. So, that's my updated Kagero deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys like this format where I just lay out all the cards. If you do, please leave a comment below. I will start doing that instead of, putting cards out and then and putting them away. I'll try to keep it like this as often as I can. And until next time, bye.